So today we are going to draw a 3D illusion cube. So we're going to get this cube in the center, and then we're going to start off, we're going to be drawing a hexagon. So it's going to be a 4-inch hexagon. So you're going to need a protractor, you're going to of course need a pencil and your ruler. Now the paper I'm using today is a little thicker because I'm going to eventually paint my sample. You do not have to if you don't have paints at your house, so I'll show you how to also do colored pencil or crayon as well. So let's get started on the actual drawing. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your ruler, and you want to be, fairly close, maybe about a finger's width to the edge of the paper. And you're going to draw your 4 inches of inch line. So you're going to draw your line from the edge of the ruler to the 4, okay? Then this little end here, this right end, this is where you're going to be using that protractor. So the protractor, this one has a little hole right here, but they'll always have a little center spot. So this is where we're going to match up this little dot here. And then you're going to also need 120 degrees. So that's going to make it a nice perfect hexagon. So that's over here on the right side. If you're a lefty going around left, it's going to be on the interior. So I'm going to place that little circle inside the dot. I also want to make sure this black line on the protractor and my line are even. And then I'm going to make a mark where it says 120, okay? Because that's 120 degrees. Now I'm going to turn my paper. I'm going to place the edge of my ruler at that point. The other end is going to touch where that mark is, that 120 degree mark is. And then I'm going to draw another 4-inch line. And notice I did pass my mark, and that's normal. Now I'm going to place this on the right edge point again. Put my little circle there. Make sure this is not lined up. Make a mark at 120. Turn my paper. And then do the same thing. Make a little mark at the edge here. Make sure it matches up to your little 120 degree mark. And then draw a 4-inch line, and then turn it, okay? Oops, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. And then do this again. You need to make a mark at the 120 degrees. Turn the paper, match up the 2 points, and draw a 4-inch line, okay? So we're gonna do this until we have all 6 sides. So match up the dot, the line, 120 degrees. Match up those 2 marks. It's the edge of this line and the little 120 degree mark, and draw a 4-inch line, okay? For your 6th side, it should measure 4 inches. So you just match those 2. You don't have to use your protractor, okay? So we just did the hardest part, is drawing the hexagon. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw lines from opposite corners. So I'm gonna match up my ruler and then draw a line from corner to corner, okay? Do the same thing. The next 2 opposite corners, and it's pretty important that your ruler is matching up in those corners as close as you can humanly do it. You'll be much happier with your results. So matching up these 2 corners, and the line should go through the center where all the lines are now intersecting, okay? So now we have our hexagon drawn. And then we're going to draw a smaller hexagon within the center for the cube. So for this one, you're going to measure 2 inches. So you're going to go to each one of these lines, find where they all intersect, and then make a little mark where it says 2 inches. Make sure the mark is on that line. So make sure you have that 0 is at the center where they intersect, and then make a mark at 2 inches. And you're going to do this on all 6 lines, 2 inches every single time. So we're just doing the drawing today. Next week we'll add the color, because this will take a little bit longer. Measuring 2 inches. Once you have all 6 lines, little marks on all 6 lines, you're now going to connect mark to mark and draw a line. mark to mark, draw a line, and do this 6 times until you have now a smaller hexagon within the larger hexagon. Make sure you're matching up. Just take your time. We're not in a race. Remember, we're just doing the drawing part today. Who would have thought you were going to do art and math all in one day? Okay, so now I have my larger hexagon and my smaller hexagon. And the next is just some erasing. So we're going to erase 3 of the 6 lines. So I'm going to start with this one. So I'm going to erase that line in here. Leave this one. So we're skipping it. And then go to the next one. Skip this one. And then go to the next one. So it should be every other line will be erased. So now you can kind of see it. This would be the top of the cube. This is the left side of the cube. And here is the right side of the cube. Okay?